Schools have always had an issue with students being depressed and having anxiety, but never as bad as today. Anxiety has been on the rise among children and young adults for years.
Do you personally think that school has a big impact on these kinds of emotions?
I think school does have an impact on those things, being stressed with homework and maybe work outside of school, but I also think some students that it can be due a lot of times to issues at home, maybe with boyfriend or girlfriend.
According to the National Institute of Mental Health, doctors and nurses have cited increased amounts of stress from school, pressure from parents, social media, and divorce as causes of most diagnosed students.
How high of a percentage often do kids come with you with problems of suicide, depression, anxiety, overstress, or anxious due to school?
I would say probably 20% of the students we see are having those kind of issues.
So how often does a student come in talking about that the school is hard for them or that they're feeling depressed and anxious?
Students come in here all the time, so daily. I probably see anywhere from 4 to 15 kids a day, depending on what's going on. And everybody has stress and problems that they are feeling overwhelmed with.
Did school ever give you these types of emotions?
Not so much in high school, but in college I did have some issues with anxiety and panic attacks when I would get to classes that I didn't understand or was having a hard time. So yes, you're not alone. It happens to the best of us.
About 3.1 million people aged from 12 to 17 in the United States had at least one major depressive episode in 2016, and only 19% of these teens received professional care. Is there anything that you think that the school can do to help reduce the number of students that do feel like this?
Sure. I think the school's doing it. And what I mean by that is I think schools should have resources for kids. So I think kids need to be able to go to somebody here at the school that they can talk to, that they trust, that can help them sort out their problems and things that are going on, their grades and things like that. So I think the school has done that. But I think not every kid is aware of the resources that we have here. And I think not every kid is excited to access them. So it's, and what I mean by that is it's really hard to go to a complete stranger and say, hey, my life's falling apart, can you help me fix it? You know what I mean? These days, especially with technology, when kids have problems, they text their friend, it's a sad emoji. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's not, we're far away from the time whenever kids would go to a friend and say, hey, help me, I'm hurting, I got all this stuff going on in my life. Nowadays, everything is done through text or Snap or whatever, where kids will go get memes and quote them, or they'll retweet something that somebody else tweeted. And that's how kids deal with their problems these days. And so because they're so used to that kind of technology, it's really hard for a kid to be old-fashioned and go find an adult and say, hey, I just really need some help. You know what I mean? So I think that's one of the barriers, is just kid accessing the resources that we have here on campus. But we have a program where we can help kids get free glasses. We have a program where we can help kids get food. We have a program where we can help kids buy school clothes if they don't have school clothes. We have a program where we help kids get free school supplies. And so we got a lot of things to offer kids.